you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to high school boys soccer here on SummitCitySports.com. The matchup tonight is the Bishop Dwenger Saints, the home team on the scoreboard, taking on the visiting Dekalb Barons from Waterloo, Indiana. I'm Thad Goff. I'll be calling your play-by-play. Rob Rhodes is the cameraman for tonight. And just to let you folks know, the JV game between these two teams is still going on. As far as I can tell, the JV game is going to play a grand total of 40 minutes. 1 40-minute half is basically what they're playing. JV soccer in Indiana usually goes about 35 minutes per half, 2 35-minute halves, but today playing just 1 40-minute half for the JV game. That's what we had at Concordia on Saturday when Concordia girls defeated the Dekalb Barons. That was a 4-0 score. Not sure if we'll get something like that in the varsity game, although I will say that in this JV game, Bishop Dwenger is beating Dekalb 4-0. That's the score right now with 4 minutes and 9 seconds left. So right now it's a blowout. We'll see what happens in the varsity game. We are going to take an extended break and be back to preview this matchup in a matter of moments. You're watching high school soccer on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here with TSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge. Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our portrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never make it no. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out bow. Oh God. Let her cook. All this sauce I'm trying.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
And welcome back to Shields Field here on the campus of Bishop Dwenger High School. Again, we've got boys soccer here for you between the homestanding Saints of Bishop Dwenger and the visiting Barons from Dekalb High School in Waterloo, Indiana. Well, Bishop Dwenger has played just one game so far, and it was a close game. In fact, it was so close, it ended in a tie. That was a game against the Leo Lions. You probably got a chance to see that here on SummitCitySports.com. Wire to wire all the way through, and Dwenger and Leo both finished with a tie. Dwenger actually took a 2-1 lead into halftime, then the Lions got the tying goal, and that was all she wrote. No overtime because it was a non-conference game. This also is a non-conference game, so if we should be tied at the end of regulation, there will be no overtime. If it were a conference game, that would be different. But since it's a non-con game, there is no overtime. So both teams want to make sure that they come out on top because there's no chance to get the W if you end up tied at the end of the second half. Now, Bishop Dwenger, again, that was their one game that they've played this year, was that tie against Leo. We don't have any stats on them for this year so far. I can tell you, though, that leading scorer Aaron Clark has graduated. He had 6 goals last year. Quinn McKinley had 4 goals as a junior. He's back this year. He's one of the starters for these Bishop Dwenger Saints. And another guy who's a returning starter and a key contributor you would expect, Jason Kumbe, a sophomore who scored 3 goals last year as a freshman. And, of course, you also have Dylan Culbertson. He's a junior who had 2 goals as a sophomore. So you would think those guys would certainly get an increased role as the season goes on, as Dwenger tries to improve off a 6-9-2 campaign from a year ago. What about these Dekalb Barons? Well, I'll talk more about them when I come back from this break. You're watching high school boys soccer on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Back here at Shields Field on the campus of Bishop Dwenger High School, Dwenger and Dekalb getting set to take the pitch here at Shields Field. Well, these Dekalb Barons, they probably echo the old phrase from Wizard of Oz, there's no place like home. However, they haven't been home this year. This is the 3rd game the Barons have played. They've all been on the road. At Northrop for the opener back on August 19th. 2 days later at Lakewood Park over in Auburn. A little shorter drive for the Barons, shorter bus ride as compared to, say, coming from Waterloo to here in Fort Wayne. But they still have not yet played a home game. They'll get their home opener tomorrow when they take on Lakeland, and then their conference home opener will be against the New Haven Bulldogs. That's the Barons taking the pitch right now. Right now, the pregame clock is still running. Usually they introduce the starting lineups before each game, so maybe they are playing 2 halves of JV soccer. All right, we'll be right back in just a moment.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors, working on my speed. That's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
We do have an update for you. This actually is the second half of the JV game that's going on right now. So they did put 35 minutes on the clock. So the JV game is getting an extra, well, not extra 35 minutes. It's getting the usual second half, 35 minutes worth of a second half, which you would get in a normal JV soccer game. My apologies, folks. My understanding was that the varsity game was starting at 7 p.m., but it looks like the varsity game is getting a later start, will be getting a later start, no doubt about it, especially since the kids will get an extra 20 minutes to warm up after this game is all said and done, after this JV game is all said and done. Well, more about this Dekalb Barons team. Dekalb does come in here at 1-1 on the season. As I mentioned, they're probably echoing the old Dorothy Gale phrase from Wizard of Oz, there's no place like home. They haven't gotten to play at home yet. They played at Northrop and at Lakewood Park. Now, Lakewood Park is right in Auburn, which is not too far away from Waterloo, where the Barons do play their home soccer games. In fact, I do see a bus coming in. That might be the... Well, I thought that may have been the Barons varsity team right now pulling on the bus. It looks like that bus actually says Bishop Dwenger. Yeah, that's a Bishop Dwenger bus pulling in, so that's not Dekalb. But meanwhile, 31:30 left to go in the second half of this JV game. We'll be here all the way through and then broadcast the varsity game once this JV game is done. So we'll just keep the live stream right here. We'll keep you posted as to how much time is left in this JV game and also keep you posted on what's going on. By the way, I will tell you that the score here of the JV game is 6-0 in favor of Bishop Dwenger. I know in varsity, if it gets to a 9-0 lead or more with 20 minutes left in the game, they call the game right then and there, and it goes officially as a final. Not sure what the rule is for JV, but right now the score is 6-0 Bishop Dwenger in the JV game. Go ahead and give you the stats on the season for the Dekalb Barons. The Barons do bring back their second leading scorer, Elliot Neal. So far this year, he is the leading scorer. He's a senior. He's got 2 goals this year. Barons have a grand total of 4 goals on the season. Those other 2 goals coming from Riker Ball, the sophomore, and number 5, Christian Johnson, a junior. So that's what Dekalb has been able to do so far this season. We'll be back in about a minute and 10 seconds, and then I'll update you on what else we got going on here in high school soccer and high school volleyball on SummitCitySports.com. Again, my apologies. I thought this game was starting at 7 o'clock. Apparently it's getting a later start. Well, better that we're here an extra 30 minutes early as opposed to the opposite way around. But we will be bringing you high school varsity soccer on SummitCitySports.com, and we'll be bringing it to you when this JV game ends. We do hope you'll stay with us, or at the very least rejoin us as we get closer to the start of our varsity game between Dekalb and Bishop Dwenger. Back in a minute and 10 seconds on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Once again, we are here for high school soccer between Bishop Dwenger and Dekalb. Right now, the JV game is still going on. Clock is showing 28 minutes and 18 seconds, so it may be a while before this JV game gets done unless JV soccer has a mercy rule like varsity does. I know varsity has a couple different renditions of the mercy rule. If you go up by 5 goals or more in the second half, the game does go to a running clock, and then if you go up by 9 goals or more with 20 minutes to go, the game will end. I should say with 20 minutes or less to go, the game will end right then and there is what will happen. As Dwenger was just looking to go up 7 goals to none. Looked like that shot was taken by Isaac Rude. Now, Isaac Rude is on the roster for Bishop Dwenger and their varsity team, so there's a chance you may see him in the varsity game as well. He's a backup right now. I can go ahead and give you the starters for both teams, and I can reiterate those starters as we get closer to start time here at Shields Field. Matthias Colai is the starter in goal for Dekalb. Jaden Lewis and Christian Johnson also get the start, along with Elliot Neal. Romeo Avila, Riker Ball, Asher Lewis, Dylan Poe, Erickson Deitch, Weber Yarian, and Luis Arteaga are the starters for the Dekalb Barons. For the Saints of Bishop Dwenger, they start Jesse Vasquez Cardenas in midfield. Also at midfield, Anthony Ortegoza. Midfielder/defender is Jay O'Leary. Quinn McKinley starts at forward. Nolan Kennerk starts in midfield. Also at midfield is Owen Hine, Colin Thompson, and Jason Kumbi also getting the start. A.J. Lynn starts as a defender. He's a senior. Dylan Culbertson also starts as a defender. And the starting goalie for Bishop Dwenger is Connor McAfoose. We've got about 26 and a half minutes until the JV game gets done here at Bishop Dwenger. And again, that's pending any kind of mercy rules that might exist. Right now, the score in the JV game remains 6-0 in favor of the Saints of Bishop Dwenger. No guarantee that this varsity game will be a blowout. Dekalb has been competitive. They are 1-1 on the season. This is their second trip to the city of Fort Wayne. It won't be their last. Dekalb's last trip to Fort Wayne was when they went on the road to play Northrop. The Barons did lose that game. 4-1 was the final. As Dekalb's pushing to try and get a goal on the board, and that shot's going to go wide right. Don't have a JV roster for Dekalb. I do have the varsity roster for Dekalb, but not the JV roster, so I can't tell you who exactly that was that took that shot for the Barons. But as I said, this is not the last trip to Fort Wayne for these Dekalb Barons. They will go on the road to play Snyder on September 11th. And then another game that's not in Fort Wayne but is in Allen County. On September 17th, the Barons go on the road to play the Leo Lions. And of course, we got some other matchups going on Summit City Sports that I'll tell you about in a little bit. More on that in a moment. You're watching high school soccer on SummitCitySports.com.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it. I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them. We ain't never making up. Back for everything I ever lost. I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth. We in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out bad. Oh God. Let her cook. All this talk.
This is high school soccer here on SummitCitySports.com. I'm Thad Goff. My cameraman is Rob Rhodes. Bishop Dwenger will be taking on Dekalb in a little bit. What you see right before you is the JV game still going on. That's in the second half with 23:51 left to play. It's Bishop Dwenger who leads it 6-0. Got plenty of games going on Summit City Sports this week. I'll just tell you what's going on Summit City Sports today. Obviously, we got this game. The varsity game should be starting, I would guess, around 8 o'clock, unless there's a mercy rule that takes effect here in the JV game. I know the varsity, if you go up by 9 goals with 20 minutes or less in the second half, the game is over. I'm not sure if that's the case for JV or not. But you do also have Norwell versus Blackhawk Christian playing in volleyball over at Blackhawk Christian School. I think that game is underway. Northside and Northrop boys soccer are in action over at Spooler Stadium. In fact, that game was in the announcement of the pregame warm-ups when I just checked it. So that one may be, if not underway yet, very close to getting underway. As Bishop Dwenger and Dekalb continue to play this JV game. They'll play the varsity game in just a matter of moments as we await the start of the varsity game. Right now there's 22:47 left in the JV game. Look what's coming up. Some of our games early this week. Tomorrow night we'll have some more high school soccer for you, including boys soccer at Homestead as Homestead takes on Concordia. Eli Lawrence is scheduled to call that game. And then also tomorrow night, Concordia takes on Northrop in girls soccer. Tim Atkinson is scheduled to be on the call for that one. Concordia is 4-0 on the season. Corey Brown is on a tear. She's got 11 goals this season. Meanwhile, that's a shot blocked by the Barons as Dekalb was looking, or as Dwenger was looking to go up by a score of 7-0. They had a chance too. We'll be right back after this break and tell you a little bit more about what's coming up on Summit City Sports. You're watching high school soccer on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Do have an update. Bishop Dwenger did just go up 7-0 in the JV game with 21 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the JV game. So we await the JV game to get done before the varsity game gets started. Got a little more update as to what's coming up on Summit City Sports this week. It looks like we've got Angola versus Snyder in volleyball tomorrow night. That'll be Joe Northern on the call, and then PSM back-to-school basketball from the Parkview Sports 1 Fieldhouse here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Looks like Tim Atkinson will be on the call on Court 1, and then Eli Lawrence on the call on Court 2. And then more soccer for you on Thursday as Concordia hosts Leo in girls soccer. That'll be Eli Lawrence on the call. Then Leo hosts Concordia in boys soccer. That'll be Tim Atkinson on the call. And I will be at Southside as the Southside Archers take on the Homestead Spartans. Southside head coach Colas Wallace won the Heart of the Community Award earlier this year. Back in the summer, in fact. It was presented by Serve Pro. And that's a boys soccer program over at Southside that's been getting better in recent years. So I recall they had a 9-win season a year ago, so got over 500. Ended up with a winning record, ended up with an improved record from the year before as Dwenger's going to go up 8-0 here in the JV game with 19:44 left. And they're still continuing on to play. There's inside 20 minutes left in this ball game. And again, we're bringing the varsity game to you here from Shields Field on the campus of Bishop Dwenger High School. We will bring that game to you when it gets closer to start time. We're going to keep the live stream going all the way till we get to the start of that varsity game. Coming up, I'll tell you what we've got coming up for high school football, and that'll be when I come back after this break. You're watching high school soccer here on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Still in the JV game between Homestead and Dekalb. It's 18:15 left to go. Saints leading 8-0. They just got whistled for offsides. But we've got high school football coming up both Friday and Saturday on Summit City Sports. Chance to go ahead and talk about what's coming up. We'll have Central Noble at Woodland. Looks like Aiden North will be on the call there. We'll also have Angola at Leo. Steve Orth will be on the call for that game. Snyder at East Noble. Jeff Mahoney will be on the call for that game. Huntington North at Northrop. That'll be Tim Atkinson on the call for that game. And then New Haven at Northside. I'll be on the call for that game. We will also have Eastbrook at Concordia. Looks like that's Aaron Farley on the call. Eli Lawrence calls St. Joseph at Southside. And on Saturday, we'll also have some more high school football for you. I'll be on the call as Bishop Luers goes on the road to play Andrean. That will be a 7 p.m. start. Well, actually, 7 p.m. our time. So if you're watching here in the Fort Wayne area, tune in at 7 p.m. for that broadcast. It will be 6 p.m. over in Andrean. Andrean is over in Merrillville, way over by the Illinois line. In fact, if you go to Chicago, chances are, if you're coming from Fort Wayne to Chicago, you're going to end up going through Merrillville and probably go right by Merrillville High School on your way to Chicago. Now, it won't be at Merrillville High School. The game will be at Andrean, and that will be played on the campus of Andrean High School. Again, Bishop Dwenger and Dekalb are still in the JV game. Clock shows 16 minutes and 38 seconds. The clock is running. We'll be back after this break. It'll be an extended break. You are watching high school soccer here on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here with PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, Our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge. Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never making up. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out bow. Oh God. Let her cook. All this sauce I'm trying.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Well, we are back here at Shields Field at Bishop Dwenger High School. JV game is still going on. There's 10 minutes left to go in this JV game. Again, my apologies, folks. I was told that the start time was 7 p.m., so as we got close to 7 p.m., I saw the what is apparently the JV kids lining up to take the pitch. It looked as though it was about to be the second half of the JV game, which it turned out to be, but I was thrown for a loop by that because, again, I was told 7 p.m. start time for the varsity game. But the JV game is still going on. Clock shows 9.5 minutes to go. Bishop Dwenger 0-0-1. They've only played one game all season long. That was against Leo, that 2-2 tie that you might have gotten a chance to see if you tuned into Summit City Sports back on Thursday night. Dwenger had a 2-1 lead going into halftime, and Leo got the tying goal in the second half. Dekalb's 1-1. This is their second trip to the city of Fort Wayne, and they got kind of a tough draw their first trip to Fort Wayne, which was their opener when they went on the road to play Northrop. Bruins beat them 4-1, and that's a Bruins team that just 2 years ago was champions of the SAC, and last year they did not win the SAC, but they did upset Bishop Luers, who eventually became the SAC champions. That was a huge win for the Northrop Bruins, and perhaps shows to you that Northrop isn't too far from being back in elite status like they once were not too long ago. In fact, not too long ago, as in 2 years ago when they won the SAC. Bishop Dwenger trying to get to elite status. Again, they're 0-1 on the year, looking for their first win of the season. Dekalb looking to go over 500 for the season. The one win was against Lakewood Park Christian. They have not yet played at home. This is their third road game of the season. We'll be back after this break of about a minute and 10 seconds. You're watching high school boys soccer here on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays. And while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
We are back here at Shields Field on the campus of Bishop Dwenger High School, awaiting the start of the varsity game between Dwenger and Dekalb. The JV game still going on a little longer than we expected. Again, my apologies, folks. My understanding was that this game was supposed to start at 7 p.m. JV game got its second half underway right at about 7 p.m. So I was thrown for a loop by that, so my apologies there. But that's why we're still in a JV game, and that's why you're not really seeing the action except when it goes by our camera. I can tell you that in this JV game, Dwenger is up 8-0 with 6:03 and counting to go. We will bring you the varsity game when it gets started. We'll keep the live stream going from now until the broadcast is done. I should say from now until the game is done. That varsity game, that is. We'll keep it live all the way through the start of the varsity game and all the way through the end of the varsity game as well. Bishop Dwenger and Dekalb taking place here on Summit City Sports. Back after this on SummitCitySports.com.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Again, back here at Shields Field on the campus of Bishop Dwenger High School. We are getting a little closer to the start of the varsity game. This JV game has about 4 minutes and 19 seconds left. It's still 8-0 in favor of Bishop Dwenger. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably going to be an 8 p.m. start time for the varsity teams. As again, this game is already down to 4 minutes left, and it's 7:30 right now. They will, of course, introduce the starters on both sides before the varsity game gets started. Then they'll have the national anthem and, in all likelihood, a pregame prayer in addition to those things. Check in on some scores of games going on around the area while we've got a chance. One of those games is Blackhawk Christian versus Norwell Volleyball, It looks like Blackhawk Christian is leading early on. Yes, they're leading set number 1 by a score of 9-5, make that 10-5. Lady Braves did just score, as that is the Dekalb Barons varsity team, I do believe. They were practicing over on the far end of the field, and now they're over on the far sideline walking toward their bench. Bishop Dwenger's over there. They've been over there practicing as well, and it looks like they're headed back toward the home locker room. Again, we've got 3:12 left to go in this JV game between Bishop Dwenger and Dekalb. The varsity game will follow. I believe it'll be about 20 minutes after the JV game gets done. Back after this on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
I started playing football when I was 4 years old in the Cub Football League at Leo. My freshman year of high school, I really started to notice that there was something different about how I played compared to what some other people were playing like. So then I started to develop more. I started to see the results, and then being able to go to Iowa was a big opportunity for me. Being able to train here at PSM has really given me an edge over my competitors. Working on my speed, and that's the name of the game nowadays, is who's the fastest guy on the field. Being able to put my body in different positions to allow me to be in the best position during the game. It's so important to not take those days off and just get into a place like PSM where they have flexible hours, and it's good for college athletes to come in and just train.
Anderson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated with over 50 years of experience. Call us today and get a free quote on a brand new furnace and AC, financed and available. Don't wait. Call us today and sign up for a maintenance agreement and stay cool. Our maintenance agreements will ensure that you're first in line if you have an emergency, and we'll send one of our service techs out for cleanings twice a year. Call us at 557-0958 or request an appointment on our website. Call Anderson Heating and Air, where your emergency is our emergency.
Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge. Developed for athletes of all sports, PSM's Edge training program is a personalized, high-intensity experience designed to help you outperform the competition. Whether you're looking to enhance your speed, strength, power, agility, or overall fitness, our expert training staff will build a program that adapts to your schedule while maximizing your overall performance. Now accepting athletes 12 years old and up. Get started today. Schedule your free evaluation at psmsports.com/edge.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions, together we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never make it up. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out bow. Oh God. Let her cook. All this sauce I'm trying.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
Tired of waiting for a doctor's referral to start physical therapy? At Indiana Physical Therapy, you don't need a prescription. You have the power to choose where you go for expert care. Our experienced therapists will help you get back to doing what you love. With over 19 locations, getting the care you need has never been easier. Take the first step towards a healthier, more active lifestyle. Visit IndianaPT.com to schedule your appointment today.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Well, back here at Shields Field on the campus of Bishop Dwenger High School, we are getting close to the start of this varsity game between Dekalb and Dwenger. The JV game has ended with Dwenger winning that one 8-0. Varsity game will start in about 4.5 minutes, or at least that's when they'll have the player introductions, is in about 4.5 minutes, followed by, you would assume, a pregame prayer, and then a performance of the national anthem, or at least a playing of the national anthem. Whether or not it will be sung or not by anybody here in the stadium remains to be seen. But DeKalb comes into this game at 1-1 on the season. Bishop Dwenger 0-1. Dwenger's only game so far was against the Leo Lions. That was a 2-2 tie back on Thursday. So Dwenger trying to get their first win of the season. DeKalb 1-1 on the season. They're trying to go over 500. They've already made one trip to Fort Wayne when they lost to Northrop, and now they're back here taking on Bishop Dwenger. They also went to Lakewood Park Christian and defeated Lakewood Park Christian. However, DeKalb has not yet played a home game this season. They will get their first home game tomorrow when they take on Lakeland. Again, Elliott Neal is a player to watch out for these Barons. He's coming off a year where he scored 19 goals and was the second leading scorer for these Barons. He's a senior, and he's got 2 goals so far this season. Bishop Dwenger has back second leading goal scorer Quinn McKinley and third leading scorer Jason Kumbe. Those guys combined for 7 goals total a year ago, with McKinley now as a senior and Kumbe as a sophomore. So it's a young Dwenger team taking the pitch today against these Barons. Well, I've got a chance. I'll go ahead and get a few words in from our sponsors that allow us to do the games that we get to do so often here on SummitCitySports.com. Big-Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big-Eyed Fish. Tom Steel Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com to learn more. And Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. Jolly Law Firm is the area's best criminal defense firm, helping defend the accused from the government. Whether you are facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation, Jolly Law Firm is the answer. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu for more information. Specialists in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit tjwindustrial.com. The 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana, we are LIUNA. Earn your edge this season. PSM's Edge Training Program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. Visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com/edge to schedule your free consultation. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on X at 260 Sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just under a minute away from start time between Dekalb and Bishop Dwenger. Dwenger in the home navy blue and Dekalb is in the road white. We'll get to the starting lineups here in just a moment. Right now we're back after this break on SummitCitySports.com.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it, I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them, we ain't never making up. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook, big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook, okay. Too much cake out bad, oh God. Let her cook, all this talk.
Back here at Bishop Dwenger High School, the Saints taking on the Barons of Dekalb. Dekalb coming all the way over from Waterloo, Indiana, making their second trip to Fort Wayne for soccer this year as Dekalb is broken huddle. Dwenger's lined up. So what they'll do is they'll walk the teams out toward midfield, and they'll either introduce the players first and then have the prayer and national anthem, or vice versa. They'll have the prayer and anthem, or maybe anthem then prayer, and then the player introductions. But as they walk out, you'll see Dwenger on the right and Dekalb on the left. These two teams did play against each other in sectional baseball this year. That was Dwenger winning that game. And as I recall, they did win it via a 10-run rule. Dwenger went on to win that sectional championship against the Leo Lions, then went on to play Norwell in the regional championship at Carroll, but it was Norwell who ended up winning that game. Meanwhile, Norwell's now winning over at Blackhawk Christian School. They've come back to take the lead in set number one. I think it was 20-15 last time I checked, or 15-12. I know they were down and came back. Meanwhile, Northrop is leading against Northside over at Spooler Stadium. Just judging by the looks of things, it looks like it's going to be a prayer then anthem before player introductions. Yep, it's going to be a prayer first.
Father, you have created us to strive for the best. Grant to all athletes, coaches, and fans strength to pursue excellence during this event and in all that we do for the glory of God. We pray for the safety of these athletes, protect them from injury and harm. And finally, we pray for your grace, that you would provide us with the endurance to pursue our heavenly prize, eternal life in your Son. Amen. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. And now our national anthem.
So with that, we will now have the introduction of the starting lineups. First for the visitors from
Now, let's
DeKalb.
meet the starting lineup for tonight's game. First, with the visitors, the Barons from DeKalb High School. Number 4, Jaden Lewis. Number 5, Christian Johnson. Number 10, Elliot Neal. Number 14, Romeo Avila. Number 16, Riker Ball. Number 17, Asher Lewis. Number 20, Dylan Poe. Number 23, Erickson Beach. Number 24, Robert Urian. Number 25, Luis Artiega Molina. And in goal for the Barons tonight, number 1, Matthias Coley. And now the starting lineup for your Saints. Number 1, Jesse Vasquez Cardenas. Number 5, Anthony Ortigoza. Number 6, Jay O'Leary. Number 7, Quinn McKinley. Number 8, Nolan Knert. Number 10, Owen Hine. Number 11, Colin Thompson. Number 12, Jason Cumby. Number 15, AJ Lynn. Number 23, Dylan Culbertson. And in goal tonight for your Saints, number 26, Hunter McAfee.
And with that, it looks like we're just about ready to get this game started. Indiana High School Soccer, we do play 2 40-minute quarters. The clock counts down as opposed to up. So I recall that when the Fort Wayne FC played their regular season soccer games this year, those games, the clock counted up. Now go to University of St. Francis, and the clock will count down, but that'll be 2 45-minute halves. In fact, we'll have some St. Francis soccer coming up this weekend. Not just soccer, but also St. Francis football. And we'll be able to bring it to you here on SummitCitySports.com. But tonight we're bringing to you Bishop Dwenger versus Dekalb. The Saints looking for their first win of the season. They've played only once. That was at Leo, and that game ended in a tie. Dekalb trying to go over 500 after losing the opener to Northrop, and then defeating Lakewood Park Christian just a few days later. DeKalb will play their home opener tomorrow against Lakeland High School. And then they'll have their conference home opener after that against New Haven. I believe that'll be Thursday when that New Haven game takes place. Dwenger has broken huddle. DeKalb just about to break huddle. And again, I'll go ahead and give you the starting lineups in case you didn't hear it. Matthias Coley is the goalie for DeKalb. Jaden Lewis, Christian Johnson, Elliot Neal, Romeo Avila, Riker Ball, Asher Lewis, Dylan Poe, Erickson Deach, Weber Yarian, and Luis Arteaga on the pitch for the Barons. Connor McAfoose is a starting goalie for Dwenger, and on the pitch for the Saints, it's Jesse Vasquez Cardenas, Anthony Ortigoza, Jay O'Leary, Quinn McKinley, Nolan Kennerk, Owen Hine, Colin Thompson, Jason Kumbe, AJ Lynn, and Dylan Culbertson as DeKalb controls early on in the ball game. That was a touch for Erickson Deach. Deach tries to get it through traffic. The Saints get a takeaway. That's Owen Hine, and Hine looks to go the other way. Working his way around a sea of white shirts, and the Barons take it away, and now here they come. Shot, that's deflected. That goes off of Ortigoza. And this will go all the way to the sideline and out of bounds. Good hustle there, but no cigar as Quinn McKinley went after it. DeKalb will get the throw in. It's Deach who will hand it off to Dylan Poe, and he throws it in. That's Hine there with a takeaway for the Saints, and Hine sends it to Ortigoza. Back into the box. Comes up short of midfield as they're trying to get the ball to Jesse Vasquez Cardenas. This will go out of bounds. DeKalb gets the throw in. One of the ball gatherers tries to stay out of the way. When you're a ball gatherer, ball retriever, whatever the proper term is, I think it's ball retriever. You're going to be running around a whole lot. There's a trip. Looks like number 11 That'd be Colin Thompson for the Saints, who got tripped. So this will be a free kick for Dwenger. And a quick kick it is. Over to Thompson. Thompson backtracks. Back to O'Leary. Second minute here at Shields Field. O'Leary downfield looking for Thompson. Good pursuit there by Asher Lewis, the senior. This will be a throw in for the Saints. It's McKinley to put it in play, and he finds Thompson. McKinley working his way around, across, and right there for the save is Matthias Coley. Matthias Coley going with the all-pink, looks like a tie-dyed goalie uniform, and he'll punt this one away as he gets that one to Elliott Neal. Neal across midfield. Right there defensively is Culbertson for the Saints, and a takeaway. That's Elliott Neal. He's got a chance. Shot! And saved! Deflected initially by McAfoose, and he scoops it up. Elliott Neal was in hot pursuit. And McAfoose was able to keep his wits about him. Here comes Kumbe. Kumbe going quick toward the box. Kumbe, the cross. Defenders are there for the Barons. That's Lewis who sends it out. From behind, it's Ortegoza. Yarian. That stays in. That's McKinley who comes up with it. McKinley to his right. Gets inside the box. Trying to set something up. That's Hine. He goes over to Vasquez Cardenas. Little through ball. McKinley working his way around. Changing direction. Left-footed shot. Wide left. That goes off one of the beams holding up the scoreboard here at Shields Field. Of course, being here at Shields Field reminds me that Bishop Dwenger has their home opener for football this coming Friday. I believe the team they're playing is St. Francis de Sales from the great state of Ohio. One of those Ohio versus Indiana matchups. Speaking of Ohio versus Indiana matchups, every year here at Summit City Sports, we try to cover the Nancy Ream Border Wars Classic, and we've been able to do that the last few years. It's a battle between some of the best basketball players from here in Northeast Indiana, as well as the best basketball players from Northwest Ohio. They have a girls' game and a boys' game, and that usually takes place over at University of St. Francis. That's a long throw-in. Elliott Neal goes towards it, gets a touch. Dwenger's back there defensively. Two men back there. Neal gets the ball, trying to set a man up. He'll set a man up, and they get the goal. Christian Johnson. And it's 1-0 in favor of the Barons. Well, Neal couldn't get the goal, but he's able to set up one of his teammates, and we'll take a look at that here on our replay, brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Neal was well defended, but he's able to slip it through and just barely find Christian Johnson for the go-ahead goal to make it 1-0 in favor of Dekalb. As Dwenger gets to kick it away, and they start by backtracking. Pass over to Culbertson. Culbertson finds O'Leary. O'Leary across midfield, right to midfield, actually. He's able to get that one to Kumbe. O'Leary slows it down. Now he backtracks. Finds A.J. Lynn. O'Leary on the run. O'Leary somehow keeps that in. Nice footwork right through the legs of Dylan Poe. But good defense on the back end. That's Asher Lewis. And this ball's out of bounds. Throw in, I think. Nope. It's a free kick for Dekalb. Asher Lewis handles the kick, but the Saints get it back. Owen Hine helps to slow things down and try to get things going the right way for Dwenger. McKinley back to Hine. Hines sends it to the far side. Shot deflected. Over to Hine. Gets a foot on it. McKinley through traffic. Ball gets loose. A takeaway by Thompson. Kumbe sends it outside. Shot deflected, and that appeared to be off Dekalb. It'll be a corner kick. Jesse Vasquez Cardenas will put it in, and he goes with the quick kick. Saints go for the through ball as that ball is hit up in the air, and Thompson gets to it. Thompson to the far side. Vasquez Cardenas. And are they calling that a handball? I think that hit the hand of somebody for Dwenger. Might have been Kennerk. Nolan Kennerk. And this will be a free kick coming up for the Barons. Christian Johnson, the game's lone goal, was set up by Elliott Neal. The Saints had him defended well. He had two men on him. He was able to slip it through and find Johnson. And Johnson gets the goal. It was Neal pushing again. Saints have done a good job on him, but Neal, with his quickness, trying to get to it. A.J. Lynn slows things down. Thompson goes for the takeaway. Saints do get it back. Here's O'Leary. O'Leary right on the sideline. Looking for McKinley. He finds him. McKinley to the middle of the field. That's Owen Hine. He goes to the far side. A chance for the Saints. Shot. And Vasquez Cardenas could not get a clean kick on it. It's going to be saved by Colai. As we're in the 9th minute here at Shields Field. Arteaga looking for the ball. That's going to go out, and the Saints will get this throw in. Over the head of Vasquez Cardenas, and that will bounce out of bounds, and a throw in for Dekalb. This game got started later than we were expecting. Supposed to be a 7 o'clock start. The JV game got done after 7:30. The team's got 10 minutes to warm up. Here's McKinley. Makes a move to his inside. Hine, shot. Right at Colai, I beg your pardon. Somehow I had Anthony Volpe on the brain, the shortstop for the Yankees. Seems weird referring to anybody but Derek Jeter as a shortstop for the Yankees, but, well, Jeter's retired. Great career he had, but that was Matthias Colai between the pipes for the Barons. He's pitching a shutout so far. Here comes Thompson. Trying to get it back to Thompson, and the kick goes beyond his reach. Throw in for the Barons. The DeKalb Lady Barons were in Fort Wayne on Saturday, taking on Concordia. The Cadets shut them out 4-0. Corey Brown got a hat trick +1, and Lord willing, you'll have a chance to see Corey Brown and those Cadets tomorrow as they take on the Northrop Bruins. They'll be in action against Leo on Thursday as well. So 2 more home games for those Lady Cadets. Again, the Saints go with the quick kick. On the corner kick, that goes to the opposite side of the box. Saints have a man there. I think that's Culberson. Hine to his right. Hine, the pass. And Vasquez Cardenas lost his footing right in front of Hine. Gets a touch right outside the box. Tries to send it through, and he will send it through, but it'll go out of bounds. Goal kick coming for DeKalb. Colai with the kick, a takeaway by the Saints. Boy, the Saints have had a lot of opportunities these last few minutes. Back to Hine. Can they take advantage? Thompson had it knocked away. The Barons take over for now. That's Jaden Lewis battling with a couple of different Saints, and that's going to go off Dwenger. And did it stay in? It did. Colai's there to scoop it up. We're in the 12th minute here at Shields Field. Deach, 2 men on him. O'Leary was one of them, so too was Quinn McKinley. This one's out of bounds, and Dwenger gets the throw in. Christian Johnson for DeKalb has the game's lone goal. That ball gets loose. Kumbe gets to it. Kumbe into the box. Shot right at Colai. Tried to squeeze it in at a tight angle. Colai wasn't having it. Colai flips it out overhanded. Back to Lewis. Working his way around, that's Romeo Avila, the sophomore. A.J. Lynn waits for the ball. Lynn with a defender in pursuit. Get it back to Avila. Colin Thompson able to create a possession for the Saints. He finds O'Leary. Back to Hine. Hine's been very active throughout this ball game. He's a senior midfielder. Gotten a lot of touches. So the Saints again get it back across midfield. Had the ball on this side of the field quite a bit. There goes Ortegoza. Ortegoza trying to set up O'Leary, but O'Leary's going to run out of room. Colai's got it set up. He'll boot that one towards midfield. Header back the other way, looking for Thompson. Hine tries to feed Thompson. Thompson trying to keep control. Goes back to Hine. Ortegoza. Short pass to McKinley. McKinley to the inside. Inside the box. McKinley to the right. Defenders in pursuit. McKinley. Goal! We are tied at Shields Field. Quinn McKinley. And not an easy goal either. Quinn McKinley ran to the right around all kinds of defenders. We'll show it to you here on this replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. This was McKinley with the touch all the way. Makes several moves to his right and then goes top shelf on Colai. And Dwenger is on the board. DeKalb looking to answer. I think that's Arteaga who goes after the ball. It's either Arteaga or Bush. Caleb Bush, the freshman. Bush listed as a backup for this game. But DeKalb will get a throw in on the Dwenger side of the field. Throw into the box, but it's only Saints there for now. Over to O'Leary. O'Leary slows down. He'll go backwards across the field. Looking for Vasquez Cardenas. Vasquez Cardenas right at midfield and a takeaway by the Barons. Thompson able to take it right back. The Barons don't control it yet. Now they've got control of it. Cross midfield. O'Neal looked like he waited long enough. Neal's got it. One-on-one. Neal slows down. Through and wide right. Elliott Neal had a couple of chances. Couldn't cash in on that one. Let's look at the previous goal. Quinn McKinley did cash in on this chance, but you saw Elliott Neal miss a shot, and McAfoose actually came out of the goal on that last sequence, so Neal had a real good chance. could not cash in. Knight is still young. Neal had 19 goals on the season last year for the Barons. That's Brooks Crabtree right out there for DeKalb. O'Leary has it. Jay O'Leary sends it across midfield. Gets that one to Ortegoza, but he's got a defender in close. That's Asher Lewis for DeKalb. Ortegoza takes it away, trying to set a man up. Cleared out for the moment. That's Kumbe. His shot goes through the upright. It's not quite where he wanted to put that one. And a goal kick coming up for DeKalb. I think that's Lewis adjusting his shin guard. Arteaga goes for it. McAfoose has it. That's Neal pushing, and McAfoose gets it away just at the last moment. Ortegoza working his way around. Gets that to Thompson. Thompson across midfield. Back to Hine. Hine sends it down the field. That's close. Flag does not go up. No offsides call. DeKalb has a man in close, and that's going to be scooped up by Colai. We're going to get a whistle. I think that's going to go on Jay O'Leary. And DeKalb will get the free kick. I was about to say, that was hardly a free kick. Seemed like Brooks Crabtree was going a little too quick there. Not just him, but the whole mid-line for DeKalb. That's Asher Lewis setting up the free kick from just inside the 45-yard line. Of course, you don't necessarily recognize the 45-yard line in soccer, but I think offsides is the call here. Soccer teams here at Dwenger do share Shields Field with the football team. That's common here in Northeast Indiana. It's not the case at every school. At this point, Snyder is still playing their soccer games at Krieger Park in New Haven. Homestead has a field on campus. But the soccer field is not on the same field as the football field. It's more in the shadow of the football field. That's how it works over there. T-Garden Stadium, I believe is what it's called. Here's Colin Thompson down the field. Thompson, little through ball. Nobody home. And Colai was not allowed to pick that ball up with his hands there. Yes, he's the goalie. Was that touched inbounds? It was awful close. I think they're still giving Dwenger the throw-in. Again, the goalie is, of course, allowed to touch the ball with his hands, but not when he's outside the box, or at least not when the ball is outside the box. Has to be inside the box for the goalie to be allowed to touch it. Allowed to touch it with his hands, that is. Ortegoza sends it to O'Leary. O'Leary to the middle. Culbertson. McAfoose has it. Hine. McKinley, left-footed shot. Thompson got to it. Here's O'Leary. O'Leary pushing to his right. Shot deflected. Has a chance for Stroud. And is he going to be called for offsides? He is. Masole Stroud had a scoring chance, but he went past the back line a little too early. 21st minute here at Shields Field. See some fans with their hoodies out Heard that this week we're supposed to get some lows in the upper 40s. I think Wednesday we're supposed to get that. I think tonight's low is supposed to be right around 51. That's cool for August. Colin Thompson pushing. Got a man up ahead. McKinley, shot, goal! Beg your pardon there, hit the wrong button. I do plan on showing you that replay, but first, let's get a good look at who scored this goal. McKinley did shoot it. Question is, was it touched on the way in? I think that was redirected. Jason Kumbe gets the goal and ultimately ends up putting Dwenger on top. So that score will be 2-1. So yeah, Kumbe gets credit for that goal. The assist will go to Quinn McKinley. He does have a goal in this game, though. Here's O'Leary across midfield. Stroud, Massillé Stroud pushing forward. He'll slow it down and go back to Owen Hine. Hine goes all the way across the field. That will roll toward the end line and stay in, kept in by McKinley. Thompson knocks it away, and this ball is going out of bounds. Are we going to have a foul here? It's a call against Dwenger, so this is going to be a free kick for the Barons. That's Thompson who gets the takeaway. Thompson in the box. Defenders in close. Stroud will get his touch. Here's Hine. He goes to Thompson. Thompson working his way around. McKinley going quick. McKinley into the box. McKinley, the shot, saved by Colai, and he dives right on top of it. Well, Dekalb got the early goal from Christian Johnson, but Dwenger has been in control as far as possessions go. They've possessed the ball frequently in the Dekalb zone. That's Ortegoza who gets the takeaway for Dwenger, looking for Stroud. Stroud gets to it, and he goes back to Ortegoza. Owen Hine, all the way across the field, looking for McKinley. He goes back to Thompson. Hine again. Hine pushes. Hine, the right-footed strike, wide right. And that hurdle keeps it in. Those hurdles have some thin bars over there. So for it to ricochet off of one of those things and hit it with pinpoint accuracy. Of course, he was looking for a pinpoint accurate goal. That was not what happened. Here's McKinley. McKinley weaving his way around traffic. McKinley still pushing. And saved again by Colai. Saints continue to lead 1-0 here in the 25th minute. Dekalb trying to get it going the other way. The Saints control it again in the Barons zone. Over to Stroud, Massillé Stroud. He sends it back to Ortegoza. Ortegoza again. Ortegoza trying to get it to Stroud. McKinley has it. McKinley to his left. Left-footed shot. That's wide right. This time the hurdle's not going to stop it, so the ball retrievers will have to get a new soccer ball in for Colai to take this goal kick. Header back the other way by Ortegoza. Here's Hine. McKinley slows down. Working his way around. McKinley with his left foot. Saved by Coley. It's out of bounds. Corner kick coming. In front of the goal. Ball's loose and cleared out. I think that's another corner kick. That is the call. It's out off of Dekalb. They set up the soccer ball. And that's O'Leary to handle the kick, and he'll get it in quick to Ortegoza. Ortegoza sends it wide. This time it's a goal kick for the Barons. Norwell's now leading Blackhawk Christian 2-0 in volleyball. Blackhawk Christian had a good lead in set number 1, but Norwell came back and ultimately won that set. In set number 3, Norwell just went up 10-8. A battle for the ball. That's Jaden Lewis going for it. Along with Jason Kumbe from Dwenger. That ball's out of bounds. Dwenger will get the throw in. We're waiting for the throw in. Looked like Dwenger had somebody going off the field. Not sure if that's an injury or what. Maybe just a substitution. That's Thompson who gets to the ball. Owen Hine. Working his way around. Backwards pass to Thompson. O'Leary to his right. O'Leary tries to leave it off for Thompson. Hine to the far side. McKinley one-on-one. Keeps it alive for now. McKinley right outside the box, sends it back toward the middle, and Elliot Neal is there. Seems like it's been a while since I've called his name, but Neal's going quick. He's done that several times in this game. He's coming off a 19-goal season. Neal has to recover. He does. The Saints get to him. That ball going through traffic. Crabtree's not going to get to it. It's scooped up by McAfoose. He hasn't had a whole lot of action these last few minutes, but that time it's a slow roller that comes his way, and it's an easy save. Hine. Deep kick. Is that going to be offsides? Flag doesn't go up. McKinley tangled up, down in the box. Is that going to be a penalty kick? They're calling it on McKinley. Saints fans not happy about it, but the ball is kicked and live again. Well, sort of. It's now out of bounds. A throw-in coming for Dekalb. McKinley got tangled up in the box, and the Dwenger faithful no doubt thought that it should have been a penalty kick for the Saints. Not so. That ball's going out of bounds. And this will be a goal kick for Connor McAfoose. Over to Jay O'Leary. Thompson gets it to Hine. Hine going quick. That's Nico Roloff trying to get to the ball. Kicked back the other way by Coley. Battle for the ball. The Saints appear to get to it. That's going to go out of bounds. This will be a throw-in for the Barons. Header back the other way. Here's a chance for the Saints. That was either Roloff or Lynn who got a touch as this ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Barons. It was Erickson Deach who threw it in for Dekalb. Jude Johnson with a quick kick up to Colin Thompson. Thompson trying to get it through traffic. That's cleared across midfield off the chest of A.J. Lynn. That ball gets deflected. It's loose and taken away. Owen Hine. Hine working his way around traffic, goes backwards to Lynn, and Lynn able to keep it in. He finds Thompson. Kept in by the Saints. All the way over to O'Leary. O'Leary across midfield. Owen Hine pushing. Little through ball. McKinley looked like he lost his footing. Gathers himself again. McKinley able to find Hine. Back to O'Leary. O'Leary. Shot. And it's good. Only if this was football that would be good. He was looking for the goal. Wasn't looking for the upright. Loose ball. Saints almost had it. Near collision. That's going to stay alive for Dwenger. That's O'Leary who gets a touch. Jay O'Leary on the near side. Sends it toward the middle. Jude Johnson has it taken away by the Barons. Dekalb's going quick, trying to even this score. Dwenger's controlled the ball most of this first half, but Dekalb is going to get a corner kick. A chance to set up an equalizer. They go for the header. Cleared out by Dwenger. Weber Yarian had a chance to put it in, but couldn't control the ball. That was Colin Thompson pushing. Dekalb sends it back to Matthias Colai. Colai goes with a quick kick to Lewis. Lewis, the through ball. Kept in front by Thompson. Hine trying to get control. He does. Hine continues to work backwards, though. He's going to send it all the way back to McAfoose. Johnson. Little through ball. Thompson. Kept in by O'Leary. Culbertson sends it back to McAfoose. O'Leary. All the way toward the middle of the field. Thompson. He sends it ahead. McKinley gets a touch in the box. On the edge of the box, I should say. McKinley continues to work his way around, trying to find some daylight, and that's going to be a corner kick for the Saints. A lot of their corner kicks, the Saints have just gone with short kicks from the corner as opposed to deep kicks toward the goal, setting up headers and stuff like that. McKinley. Back to O'Leary. The Saints backtrack a little bit. Over to O'Leary. O'Leary working his way around defenders. He sends that one over to Culbertson. Dylan Culbertson. He finds Owen Hine. Hine towards the middle. Thompson lost the ball. Taken back by the Saints. It's McKinley. McKinley with the footwork, able to get it to Owen Hine. Hine, one man in front, shot. Oh, what a save, Coley, and he has to fall back on top of it. How about the stick-to-itiveness from Matthias Coley? But again, Dwenger's been able to control the ball frequently. We're now inside the 37th minute. 3:46 and counting to go. That ball gets deflected as the Barons try to change the momentum of this game. Dwenger's not only scored the last 2 goals, but they have really controlled the possessions on the Barons side of the field. Barons have gotten some fast break opportunities, haven't been able to do much with them, though. A couple players get tangled up, and I think this whistle is going to go against Dekalb, and it is. This will be a free kick for the Saints. Dwenger's JV team won 8-0 over Dekalb just moments ago. We don't have that big a score just yet, but with the way Dwenger has controlled the possessions, it seems as though they'd be up by a lot more than just 1 goal, and yet it's a 2-1 score on the scoreboard. McKinley with 1 man on him. Pressure starts to come in, and that ball's kicked out of bounds. It will be a corner kick. McKinley tries to set it up, and that ball is deflected and redirected in by the Saints. Trying to get a look at the number. I think that was Jude Johnson who scored. See if we can't get a better look at it on our replay. Brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning as the Saints do score off the corner kick. Not quite directly off the corner kick. Coley with a nice recovery. That was not Jude Johnson. That's number 13, Nico Roloff. Nico Roloff coming up with a goal. That's a long kick. Sending McAfoose all the way back, and he scoops it out of the air. And the Saints take a 3-1 lead. Here come the Saints again. Right in front, I think that was Poe. But here comes Thompson. Thompson has it redirected. Hine. That ball's going out of bounds. This will be a goal kick for the Barons with 1:24 left to go. If I had to guess, I'd say that's probably the first goal of the season for Nico Roloff. Nico Roloff, a sophomore midfielder, wears number 13. Saints head it the other way. O'Leary pushing through traffic. Off of Hine. Shot. And the only question I have is did that actually hit a Barons player on the way out? I don't think that's the call. Yeah, it's going to be a goal kick for Dekalb. Trying to get a look if Nico Roloff had any goals last year during what would have been his freshman year. Looks like he did not. That might be Roloff's first career high school goal. At this point, I don't know that for certain, but that very well may be the case. Here come the Barons. Saints trying to stay with them. That shot gets deflected. Saints had a man back there. That might have been A.J. Lynn who was back there defensively for the Saints. Throw-in coming for the Barons. It comes from Neal. And the first half has come to an end. Bishop Dwenger with a 3-1 lead over Dekalb at halftime. We'll be right back right after this break to show you a couple of replays here on SummitCitySports.com.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Well, we are back here at Shields Field as Bishop Dwenger leads Dekalb 3-1. Dekalb got the first goal of the game, which I'll show to you in just a moment, but then Dwenger's been on a 3-0 run ever since then. Time to get a few words in from our sponsors. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Like our Facebook page, SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on X, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Earn your edge this season. Parkview Sports Medicine's Edge Training Program maximizes your athleticism through personalized performance training to reach your goals and get you to the next level. Visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com/edge to schedule your free consultation. The 12,000 Hoosier men and women with Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana, we are LIUNA. Specialists in design, build, mechanical, and refrigeration. Visit tjwindustrial.com. Well, here's a look at our game's first goal. Elliot Neal pushed down the field and was able to set up his teammate Christian Johnson, and Johnson puts it in to make this a 1-0 lead for the Barons, but that 1-0 lead would not last forever, as it were. The Saints would answer, and it was Quinn McKinley who answered for the Saints. And watch him as he weaves his way around all kinds of traffic. Several steps to his right, and then from almost a 90-degree angle, he torques his body and makes the kick. Torques his body, torques his leg, and makes it 1-1 here at Shields Field. It would remain that way until about the 21st minute. We'll see McKinley pushing again. This time he's able to set up a teammate. Sets up Jason Kumbe for the go-ahead goal, and that puts Dwenger up 2-1. As what you saw there was a little accidental replay capture on the part of the announcer. And more recently, Dwenger was able to add a goal to their lead. Very late in the first half, and we'll show that to you here on the replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Right off the corner kick, the ball deflects off the goalie, off the post, and then Nico Roloff, the sophomore midfielder, is able to put it in, and the Saints go up 3-1. That's the scoring so far in this game, and right now we'll go ahead and get a few words in from some more of our sponsors that allow us to do the games that we get to broadcast on SummitCitySports.com. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com to learn more. Halftime here at Shields Field, a 3-1 lead for Bishop Dwenger over Dekalb. We'll be back after this break and give you a look at what else has gone on around Northeast Indiana in some of the sports that we've been covering this evening. You're watching high school soccer on SummitCitySports.com.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.
Welcome back to Shields Field on the campus of Bishop Dwenger High School. A few more words from our sponsors before we go any further. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. Jolly Law Firm is the area's best criminal defense firm, helping defend the accused from the government. Whether you're facing an OWI or any other criminal accusation, Jolly Law Firm is the answer. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing commercial cleaning services including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online.sf.edu. We do have some more soccer going on this evening as well. Looks like Northrop is getting a dogfight from Northside. The Bruins leading 1-0 over the Legends. That's in the second half. I can't tell how much time is left, but it is a 1-0 lead for the Northrop Bruins, and that's a team that just 2 years ago won the SAC, and they did not win the SAC last year, but they did upset the Bishop Luers Knights, who went on to win the Summit Athletic Conference. And Norwell was leading Blackhawk Christian 2-0 in volleyball. That game's gone final. I'd imagine that Norwell probably completed the sweep, and yes, they did complete the sweep. From what I'm seeing, they completed the 3-0 sweep, won 25-18 set number 1, 25-10 set number 2, and 25-14 set number 3. So the Norwell Knights a winner over at Mark Davidson Court. Of course, we talk about Mark Davidson. He obviously was a basketball coach at Blackhawk Christian before cancer took his life. Mark Davidson loved the Lord Jesus and would preach him even to opposing players in prayer circles at the end of games. Davidson won 2 state championships, won a lot of games in his time at Blackhawk Christian's head coach. But he would say that Jesus Christ meant more to him than any championship or any win. And even though that court is home to volleyball tonight, it will always be remembered as Mark Davidson Court. Here at Bishop Dwenger, the Saints lead it 3-1 over the Dekalb Barons, and we'll be right back in just a moment. You're watching high school boys soccer on SummitCitySports.com.
Here, every athlete is one of one. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to become faster, stronger, healthier. That's our commitment. With elite training and expert care, we transform athletes by pushing through challenges and sharing every victory. PSN, you've got goals. We help you get there. Learn more at psmsports.com.
Let her cook, let me cook. Never gave it. I ain't never gave no. Fell out with them. We ain't never make it look. Back for everything I ever lost. I'm on the mission. We turned the whole house into a booth. We in the kitchen. Let her cook. Big low come through frying. Hey, let her cook. Okay. Too much cake out bow. Oh God. Let her cook. All this time.
3-1 in favor of Bishop Dwenger as we are here at halftime. We do have an update from Northside versus Northrop boys soccer. Northrop has added to their lead, so it's now 2-0 Bruins over there at Spooler Stadium, which is not a very long drive from here at Blackhawk Christian. In fact, if I had to guess, I'd say Dwenger and Northrop are probably about 5, maybe 10 minutes away from each other, maybe somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes away from each other. But overall, it's not a very long distance between the two schools. Bishop Dwenger with the 3-1 lead over Dekalb, trying to get their first win of the season. Dekalb trying to go over 500 for the season. Their girls soccer team fell under 500 on Saturday when they were in Fort Wayne, taking on Concordia. Concordia won that one 4-0. And Concordia will be in action in girls soccer Concordia will be in action in girls soccer against Northrop tomorrow night from Zollner Stadium. As we are just about ready to start the second half, the buzzer has sounded. Saints are back out on the pitch. Barons are on the pitch as well. 40 more minutes on the clock. Again, Dwenger did win the JV game by a score of 8-0. It's not that big a margin right now, but Dwenger controlled the ball on the Dekalb side of the field frequently in the first half. You'd think the score would be a lot wider margin than it is right now. As it is, it's a 2-goal margin in favor of the Saints. If it gets to a 5-goal margin or more, the game would go into a running clock. If it gets to a 9-goal margin or more, and we're a long ways from that right now, but if it does get to a 9-goal margin or more, and there's 20 minutes or less left in the game would be called. It would officially go as a win for whoever has the 9-goal advantage, but the remaining time would not be played. Already had one game that we covered here on Summit City Sports end that way. That was Homestead versus Leo girls soccer. It was Homestead who beat Leo 11-0. I was at East Noble that night as the Lady Knights were blown out by Northridge. That was an 8-0 final, so they didn't quite get to the 11-0 lead. Actually, that Homestead Leo game was the night before the game I had at East Noble. I was at East Noble on a Tuesday, and Homestead and Leo played on a Monday. We're underway to start the second half. Two teams have switched sides. Dwenger now going to the opposite goal that they were trying to score on in the first half. Saints again able to push across midfield. The Barons are there on that kick. Right there for the recovery, at least for the time being, is Colin Thompson. McKinley sends it backwards. Shot. That's deflected. Did that go off Dekalb? It's going out of bounds. It did go off Dekalb. It'll be a corner kick. Vasquez Cardenas waits no time putting it in play. Shot. Colai is right there for the save. He'll flip it out. Back to Lynn. Ortegoza sends it backwards. And they'll get the ball over to Vasquez Cardenas. Vasquez Cardenas will push. Little through ball. That ball gets loose, and the Barons clear it out. I think that was Nolan Hammond who cleared it for Dekalb. This should be a throw-in for the Saints. Right-footed shot in traffic. Saints get a touch. That was Thompson who got a touch. McKinley going for it. Back to Piang. Dong Piang stays in. And pushing towards the goal is Nico Detre. Check that, Nolan Kennerk. And the Barons slow things down. Across midfield, the Saints are back there. Hine sends it over to Vasquez Cardenas. He gets it back to Owen Hine. Thompson sends it back towards midfield. That was close to being out of bounds. Was not called out. That's cleared to the near side. That'll go out of bounds, and the Saints will get this throw in. They're going to have Nolan Kennerk throw it in. He fires it in, and that's going to be kept in play for now and taken away. That's Piang. Now check that, it's Lewis, Jaden Lewis. Taken away by Thompson. Back toward the middle, it's Hine. Leaves it off for Vasquez Cardenas. Vasquez Cardenas in the box. Makes a move, but Baron defenders are there. Vasquez Cardenas kept his wits about him. Kennerk, wide right. Little battle for the ball, and that's taken away by Thompson. Thompson has it. Little through ball. Shot, that goes wide left. It appeared to be Hine who took the shot. As we're in the 46th minute. A takeaway by the Saints. And the Barons get it up the field to Luis Arteaga. Here's Neal. He's cut off. Neal looking for a touch. Barons only down 2. Neal finds his man. Neal sends that one back to Weber Yarian. Yarian has it knocked away. That was A.J. Lynn on the back end. Kennerk. They find Kumbe. Kumbe with a man on him. Did Kumbe touch that before it went out? Looked like he did. The call is goal kick. As Kumbe was battling with Asher Lewis for that ball, it's going to go back to Dekalb. So they trail by 2, 3-1 in the 47th minute. Kept alive for now. Little through ball, and here's a chance for Dekalb. That's Avila, but McAfoose is there to scoop it up and slow the Barons down. The Saints come back the other way. They're looking for Kennerk. Header sends it back. Shot, and that's wide right. I think that was Colin Thompson who took the shot. And a goal kick coming up. Push outside. That's Kennerk. Ball gets loose in the box, cleared by the Barons. Neal gets a touch. Neal going quick. He's tripped, and the flag goes up. A call against the Saints. Neal gets up on his feet. He appears to be okay. Let's hope that's the case. A chance for the Saints. Neal, little bicycle kick for the Barons, I should say, but now the Saints do clear it. As Jaden Lewis turns on the Jets, that's going to go out, and the throw-in goes to the Saints. Long throw-in. That's Lewis. Neal trying to work his way around traffic. Through ball. That was Romeo Avila who sent it ahead. Saints have defenders back there. McAfoose will fall on it. Looked like that was Christian Johnson who has the lone goal for Dekalb in this game, pushing toward the ball. Dekalb's had a couple of chances here in the second half, and clearly they like to go quick. Kennerk gets a touch. He was looking for Vasquez Cardenas, and Vasquez Cardenas able to get control as he finds Anthony Ortigoza. Shot, and that goes wide left. Goal kick coming up for Dekalb. Matthias Colai will set it up. And he'll just go with a short kick. In pursuit is Kumbe. Barons are able to keep it away from him. But they don't keep it away from the Saints for long. Shot, wide left again. Another goal kick for Dekalb. Ortigoza loses it. Heim. That's Thompson. Sends it back to Vasquez Cardenas. Heim sends it over to the far side. Back to Thompson. Thompson pushes. Thompson working his way through traffic. Right-footed shot. That's deflected, and that might have gone off a Saint. Here's Vasquez Cardenas working his way around. And back come the Barons. It's Arteaga. Taken away by the Saints. That's Hine. Owen Hine sends it to Vasquez Cardenas. He's got defenders all around him. And Vasquez Cardenas trying to keep that ball in play. And it's going to be out off of Dwenger. A goal kick coming up. Got a Baron tying his shoe. That's why Colai's waiting to put the ball in. Also looked like we had a Dwenger substitution. Hine. Into the box. Kennerk. Wide right, and that's out of bounds. Cross midfield to Thompson. Thompson pushes. Kennerk. Gets it back to Johnson. Over to Vasquez Cardenas. Vasquez Cardenas through some traffic. Shot deflected right at Colai. And he flings it out of the box. And a collision short of midfield. And they're going to have a free kick. It's going to be the Barons who get to take the free kick. The call was on Dwenger. Right on the edge of the box. Header. Header again, this time by Dwenger. The Saints look to push. They send that one across midfield. That's Asher Lewis going for the ball for Dekalb. It'll go out of bounds. Throw in. Owen Hine. Across midfield looking for Kennerk. Kennerk with a man on him. Kennerk to his left. Through traffic, and that's going wide left. Colai made sure not to touch it. It's going to be a goal kick for Dekalb. Barons get it to Avila. Dekalb trying to go over 500 for the season. They've had a few more opportunities so far here in the second half than what you saw in the first half. Dwenger was really controlling the possessions. But But Dekalb has not yet scored here in the second half. Actually, Dwenger's had a number of opportunities. They've been held scoreless since halftime. Jude Johnson sends it toward the middle. Back to Vasquez Cardenas. A lot of time being taken off this clock. Ortegoza has it for Dwenger. He gets it back to Vasquez Cardenas. Back to Thompson. Through ball, knocked away by Dekalb. Saints are waiting on it. That's Johnson, Jude Johnson. He sends it back to Ortegoza. 59th minute here at Shields Field as the pass goes over to Jesse Vasquez Cardenas. Vasquez Cardenas back to Johnson. Little through ball, Ortegoza. They try to get it back to him, and it's cleared. That goes off of Vasquez Cardenas. Right-footed shot, and that is saved initially, and then saved again by Coley, as Kennerk tried to put it back in. Coley will flip it out, and Vasquez Cardenas in close. And we get a whistle, and I think Vasquez Cardenas, well, I thought initially he might have been called for a foul, but apparently it was away from the ball. And a chance for Dekalb, perhaps. That's Neal pushing down the field. Oh boy, Neal reached down with his hands quite a way. I'm not sure if he touched the ball with his hands. The officials say he did not. Right there is McAfoose as Neal was pushing in. Elliot Neal coming off a 19-goal season a year ago for these Barons. His 9 o'clock certainly seems late because we got a late start with the JV game running along. That's Kennerk right along the end line. Kennerk trying to set somebody up. Did that go in? Oh, no, apparently not. Off the post. Shot and saved by Coley. That must have gone up right off the post, off the crossbar. There's nobody back there for Dekalb, so we'll go ahead and show you the replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Did this ball actually go in? That was a hard ricochet. Yeah, no, that one went right off the crossbar and came back out. That one did not cross the line. .19:37 to go. Dwenger will send subs in. Shot. Doesn't get through all the traffic, but Kennerk's got it. Pushing, shot, and did that go in? No, I don't think so. I think that one ricocheted off the upright. That one looked like it went past the crossbar and went downward, but I think that's because it went off the upright. Again, we'll show you the replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Another chance for Dwenger that goes by the wayside. Yeah, that's off the upright. That doesn't count. Not in the game of soccer, it doesn't. Just a moment to watch and laugh as the sports get mixed up for a moment. A takeaway. That was Nolan Hammond who went after it. Also going after it is Brian Quishpe. My apologies if I mispronounced that. Left-footed strike right at Coley. The 3-1 score remains intact here in the second half as we're in the 63rd minute. Across the field, looking for Hammond. Hammond to his right, working his way around defenders. Fellow Saints are there. They get the shot off. Coley got it. He kept it out. That ball nearly went past him as he couldn't initially grab it, but he does come away with the save. Brooks Crabtree. That's Neal racing down the field. The Saints gets the ball. Back to McAfoose. And they'll send it up to Nolan Hammond. A takeaway by Owen Hine. Little through ball. Dekalb has defenders back there. Over to Hammond. Hammond up ahead. Kennerk. Kennerk's had some chances. Goes with the cross here. Barons are there defensively. Shot cleared out by Dekalb. Looked like the shot was taken by Masalé Stroud. Johnson. Back towards the middle of the field as Dwenger has some of their subs in the game, including Brian Quishpe. Back to Hammond. Hammond has it deflected. And now the Barons take over. A collision out across the 30. They're going to call it incidental and they'll play on. Kennerk has the ball. Kennerk sends it up the field. That's going to roll all the way out of bounds as Asher Lewis wisely lets it go. I do know that Northrop was leading Northside 2-0 earlier today. I don't know if that's how it finished or if Northside made things interesting. Just checking the score, they had kept things interesting for quite a while. Saints get to the ball. '67th minute here at Shields Field. Johnson. That one goes beyond Kumbe, and that's going to be scooped up by Coley right along the end line. Coley will boot it toward the sideline, off the foot of Hammond. Out of bounds, throwing coming up for Dekalb. Throw in, that ball gets deflected, kept alive for now by Hammond. That was Dylan Culbertson, number 23, who got a touch. And now Elliott Neal pushing. McAfoo's got to get back to the box, got to stay on his heels, on his toes rather, and that's going to be a foul called on Dwenger. And McAfoo is going to take a free kick, and now the clock has been stopped, and it's time to queue up Ocean Avenue because we've got a yellow card. Not sure who it was that knocked down Elliott Neal. Barons are setting up the free kick, so I have to skim through it. I think that's 18, Santiago Ortegoza. Well, Neal's going to take the free kick. Strikes it into the box. McAfoo is there. He gets contacted. Incidental. They'll play on, but no goal for the Barons. Over to Thompson. He finds Stroud. Across midfield for Hammond. Get it back to Johnson. That's Hine. He pushes across midfield. Flag does not go up as they look for Stroud, and Stroud's shot is going to be scooped up by Colai. No offsides call, but no goal either for Bishop Dwenger. So we've got 11:43 and counting left to go. Colai will roll it out. It's going to go out of bounds. Throw-in coming up for Dwenger. Dwenger takes the ball away. We've had no scores here in the second half. Dwenger got all three of their goals in the first half. Dekalb got their lone goal in the first half. That's knocked out of bounds by Dekalb, and that's going to be a throw-in for Dekalb. I thought it went off the Barons. Official says it's off the Saints. Back to Lewis. Asher Lewis clears it. Hine. Over to the near side. He finds Nolan Hammond. Hammond sends it backwards. Johnson. This is Brian Quispe. A lot of subs in the game for Bishop Dwenger. Getting a lot of minutes late in the ball game as we're down to 10:08. That's going to be scooped up by Colai. That was a chance for the Saints. Couldn't tell who that was. It might have been Thompson, Colin Thompson. It's close to getting a takeaway in the box as Riker Ball loses it. Battle for it on the sidelines. A takeaway by Thompson. That one just dribbles across midfield. Quispe sends it back to Johnson. Hammond gets it to Hine. Hammond finds Hine. Stroud trying to work his way around traffic. He gets knocked down in the box. And it looks like we might have a penalty kick. Clock stops at 8:24. And there's a yellow card being pulled out, it looks like. Sure is. He was holding it up in the direction of Dylan Poe. Poe heads to the sideline. Saints are going to set up this penalty kick and see if we get a chance to show it to you on the replay. But right now, Saints are ready to take the kick. I think that's Owen Hine who's got it set up, trying to add to the Saints' lead. Shot. Goal! And sure enough, it's Owen Hine. First goal of the second half comes with 8:24 to go, and it comes on a penalty kick. We'll give you a look at the penalty on our replay, brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Yeah, a little collision in the box, and it was a hard collision, and yes, it was Poe who got the yellow card. You saw him knock down Masale Stroud, so they call on Owen Hine to take the kick, and, well, there you see the card being pulled out. And Poe's not singing Ocean Avenue as he goes down to the sideline. But right now the Saints are certainly celebrating as they're up 3-0. Trying to get our clock reset. Meanwhile, we're going to get a free kick for Dekalb. I was just about to show you the PK goal moments ago, but looks like we're going to run out of time. Shot gets deflected. Saints get to it for now. Stroud pushing towards the ball. And Stroud will send it toward the middle of the field. They get it over to Nolan Hammond. Hammond will work his way backwards. Defender in pursuit. That's Luis Arteaga. A lot of footwork there by Hammond. Elliott Neal racing towards the ball. He's been looking for one of those goals today, hasn't gotten one. Well, I think it's safe to say Neal does have an assist in this game. Over to Hammond. Hammond across midfield. Hammond racing. Ahead of the pack. Little contact and a takeaway, and then a trip. Whistles are not blowing. That player's getting tangled up all over the place as Thompson loses the ball. A slide tackle attempt there by Kumbe, and we got a man down. Another yellow card, perhaps. Yep, there it is. Going to go to Kumbe. That's 3 yellow cards this game. It is going to be a free kick for Dekalb. Meanwhile, we'll show you the most recent goal. This was off a penalty kick, as Owen Hine is able to put it in to give Dwenger the 4-1 lead. And now the Saints pushing towards perhaps another goal. There's the shot. That's saved by Colai. This one's going to go out of bounds. Throw in coming for the Saints. Nope, check that. It's a throw in for the Barons. Here's Neal racing down the field. He's quick. His shot gets deflected by several Saints. We've seen that a number of times. The Saints have been able to run with Neal They had 2 men on Neal when he got the pass off to Christian Johnson for DeKalb's only goal. That's Hammond who comes up with a takeaway. And are we getting another card? Well, hopefully not, but we do have a man down for the Barons. And I think I stopped the clock too soon. It's still running. Man down. I did not see a card issued. We've had 3 yellow cards already this game. Asher Lewis will take the free kick. Through ball. Scooped up. That's McAfoose. Stroud. Hine. Hammond. Vasquez Cardenas across midfield. They get it back to Hine, and he crosses midfield. Right-footed strike, and that one's saved by Colai. That's number 18, Ortigoza, I believe. Santiago Ortigoza, as this ball goes out of bounds. Inside 4 minutes, and it looks as though Dwenger is going to get their first win of the season. They had only played once coming into this game, and that was a 2-2 tie against the Leo Lions. And DeKalb, even though they started off this game well, it's a 4-0 run by the Saints since early in the first half, when Quinn McKinley got Dwenger's first goal of the game. Meanwhile, Brooks Crabtree's looking to go quick. He gets it across midfield to number 25, Luis Arteaga. Barons looking for 3 goals. They got to get them quickly. DeKalb's back there defensively. They've had a great defensive effort all night long. Little through ball. Well, that looks like a 19, but I don't have a 19 on the roster as this ball goes wide left. I think this is going to be a goal kick, or is it going to be a corner kick? It's going to be a corner kick for the Saints. Stroud takes it away in the box. Stroud pushing, sets it up, goal! Brian Quispe, 5-1 Dwenger. With 1:59 to go, Quispe adds to the Saints' lead, and Masalé Stroud setting it up brilliantly. Here's a look at the replay brought to you by Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning. Watch Stroud as he pushes into the box, drives all the way toward the end line, and then sets up Quispe, who just knocks it in to the left of Colai. Short of midfield, or across midfield, rather. This one's going to be cleared. And there's the ball retriever there. Saints will get this throw in. So that one's actually thrown past Hammond. Hammond throws it in. All the way back to McAfoose, who waits on it. That's either McAfoose or Leo Hall. McAfoose had been wearing the red shirt all night long. It may have made the move to Leo Hall, the senior. So takeaway by Vasquez Cardenas as we're inside the final minute here at Shields Field. Dwenger's going to get their first win of the season, go to 1-0-1. Dekalb's about to fall to 1-2. And their trips to Fort Wayne so far have not played out the way they'd like them to. Saints continue pushing down the field. That's Hammond. And a little collision. We've already gotten 3 yellow cards in this game. But we're inside the final 20 seconds. And now they're going to stop time. .15 seconds on the clock. This will be a free kick for the Barons. Did not see a yellow card get pulled out. And that is it. The Bishop Dwenger Saints victorious for the first time this year as they knock off Dekalb 5-1. Dekalb will fall to 1-2. Dekalb got the early goal as Elliott Neal set up Christian Johnson, but then Dwenger with 5 unanswered goals. They win it 5-1 over Dekalb. And for our Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game, I'm going to recognize a guy who seemed to be all over the field tonight. Owen Hine, pushing down the field several times. I think he might have even had a few assists in the ball game. And he definitely had that PK goal in the second half. So Owen Hines going to be recognized as your Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game. Again, Dwenger a winner 5-1 over Dekalb here at Shields Field. That's going to do it for the broadcast tonight. For my cameraman Rob Rhodes, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Bishop Dwenger High School. You've been watching high school soccer on SummitCitySports.com. Good night from Bishop Dwenger.
Game day, the moment athletes live for, the intensity, the passion, the unforgettable plays, and while you focus on the game, Watermark Sports Photo captures the memories. From the heart-pounding action to the game-winning score, our game day photos make your athlete the star. But we don't stop at game day. With our Sportrait sessions together, we dream up poses and take your athlete's story to the next level. Serving Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio, from colleges to high schools and club sports, moments fade, but the memories last forever. Watermark Sports Photo, where every shot is legendary.